How much does it cost to publish a book? In this video, I'm not only going to tell you how much it costs, which some of you are going to be startled if you want a New York Times bestseller, and I have 5, and I'm going to teach you how to monetize it. How do you make the money to pay for itself? Most of you authors have done it backwards. So get a pen and paper. So I'm going to talk about specific things, 4 specific things. Number 1, should you self-publish or get published? There's a huge cost difference that straight away needs to be one of your initial decisions. From there, you've got to talk about how you're going to write it, how you're going to do your art, how you're going to do your URLs, how are you going to do your editing, how you're going to do your layout. All of these are costs you have to consider. So get a pen and paper and let's get to it. I got 5 New York Times. I've collaborated in, I don't know how many dozens and dozens and dozens of books, but I know what it costs to hit a New York Times and anything in between. So first of all, should you publish by yourself, self-publish, just go for that Amazon, which is not difficult to do, or do you go for a highly published book? So the differences are drastic. You can get an Amazon, and I can help you. I'm going to talk specifically about being your coach and mentor. I'm just going to say it. There's total transparency. It's so hysterical to me. The amount of gurus that are charging $10, $20, $50,000 to get you a bestseller. And they aren't one themselves. Maybe Amazon, but I'm talking big time publishing. I got 5 New York Times and another one on the way. And I'm in the heart of publishing my Make Your Kids Millionaires book. So the decision is this. I'll just give you the costs. Self-published can be as low as $5,000 to $10,000 if you really want to do it on the cheap. If you want to go to a New York Times, you're talking minimum $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 done right. And that's everybody. That's a book tour, that's a radio tour, that's, TV tour, that's everything done right and icing on the cake on top. And that's how I did all of mine. So yes, you can add them up, do the math, over $2.5 million in just publishing the books. You say, my gosh, we can't do that. Well, let me tell you how I did it. I did pre-sales. My Yes Energy book, I pre-sold $55,000. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly how I got that many sold, because you're going to have to come my way and become my client and let me help you really do it. Because I can guarantee you, because I'm behind a lot of people that come to me from a money client. And yeah, I don't front face and say I'm a publishing, coach. But for you today, if you really want it, as long as you are willing to do all the rest of the things to really get financially literate, I'll help you publish your book. Just because it's such a big piece of your business. So number 1, it needs to be in an entity. Your IP and database need to have a different entity. There's this whole financial structure that honestly, when you decide to self-publish or publish, that needs to be talked about. Like build that foundation right from the beginning. Then you set up a pre-order campaign. This is the exact order that I do it. And as you decide to be published or not published, is decide the quality of editors. Because there's editors who are like, I don't know, as bad at, you might as well do Grammarly for some of the horrible editors I've had. Grammarly was better, helped me way more. And then on the New York Times side, you're talking $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 editors per book. But they come with experience, they come with New York Times, they come with guarantees, they come with, from the beginning to the end. And then the way that I did it with highly published books, McGraw-Hill, Hay House, HarperCollins, those were my big publishers. And by the way, I didn't go pursue them, they pursued me. When you're good and you have a lot of content, people will find you. And I know that's hard for a lot of you to say or hear, and you think, well, no, I need an agent, and I need a writing agent, and I need a publishing agent. I have a whole different way to do it, right? And it's going to be, I shouldn't say cheaper, it's just going to be different, right? So you're going to make decisions about the foundation. Then you're going to decide, right, really about your tax strategy. You're about to make a lot of money. Then you're going to start a pre-order campaign. We've been in a pre-order campaign for Make Your Kids Millionaires for over a year. You say, that's how do you do that? How do you ethically do that? You do, and there's strategies for how you're going to do that. And then as you launch into your book and you have the editors and you have the graphic designers and you launch a website. Like I launch a website before I launch anything else. And you say, well, what? I don't have the cover of the book. We just got the cover of our book. So we just made up another cover. And on other books, my Yes Energy book, we just put up a book with a question mark and said, title to come, but it's around this conversation of say yes and figure things out. And I'm going to teach you how to do focus groups from the beginning. I'm an expert I've been contracted for. This is exactly what happened with my Yes Energy book. I'm contracted by Hay House to write about this concept that I say yes and just figure things out. So what do you all want to know about? And I did focus groups, I did surveys, I got tons of information from people. And believe it or not, it was so different than I thought that book was supposed to be from the outset. So here I could have done what most people are doing. They go to their room, they go to some island, they go somewhere and go write without any input. I think it's crazy. And I'm sure right now I should just stop and get all sorts of comments going, because I'm sure you've either paid for somebody, you're a publisher, you're teaching people a different way than I'm teaching you. That's fine. I'll negotiate all day. It's not like it's the only way. I just have a very proven track record in doing a lot of them, from self-published to very highly published. And they weren't just New York Times. They were bestsellers in continents, in Australia, in the UK, into bookstores, into Canada. It's up to you. What do you want? What do you want? But you have to know what you want, because it's the journey to do a big, big book could take us as long as 2 years. And it's going to take a different team. And I say it's almost like another business. And I'm not saying all this to scare you. I'm saying it because I'm probably the only one telling you the truth. It's not just as simple dimple as everybody says. I mean, just to do any sort of writing is, but I'm talking about a highly published content book and how you make it happen. Now, if you just want a simple book, like a brochure, right? Like a simple little 20, 30 pager, those are easy, but you don't need to hire anybody to do those. And here's how I write them. I talk them. And there's not one example that I could almost say that is different or should be different. See, there's no such thing as writer's block. The only reason you have writer's block is you write, and then you go back and you review, and you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted to say. When you just freeform your thinking, right? Just talk into record or have it transcribed, all your thoughts get out. Right? I call a book your brain on paper. Like all your content, all your thoughts, all your angles, all your distinctions are out on paper. And yeah, it could come out pretty disorganized. Mine typically do, which is why you hire an editor who's highly trained to organize thought, to organize books into conceptual writing, into conceptual stories. They do that work, not you. So you get back to the marketing. What is your URL going to look like? What's your pre-order campaign going to look like? And here's another mistake. I'm going to give you the huge mistake. You launch the book and you're exhausted. You hit a few categories of your Amazon, and then nothing happens. Like, what do you mean nothing happens? You should have the next 6 months planned. So the minute the book launches, I can already tell you, Kyle and I and our Make Your Kids Millionaires, for all of you that pre-order our book, you will go immediately into a post campaign. We're going to put you on webinars. We're going to talk about the book. We're going to answer questions. We're going to have an Ask Kyle and Ask Laurel campaign. We're going to be talking about the book. We're going to immerse you in content to continue you consuming the book. That all has to be done. Like the 6 months from the day the person has the book to the next 6 months minimum should be planned out all in advance. Not like I'm going to just get my book done, I'm going to launch, and then I'm going to breathe, and then I'll worry about what I do with my new buyers. Skill backwards. So some of the things that you all might be making important are not your jobs, right? So this is where you hire the experts, from the graphics to whoever's designing your website. I'm going to coach you through a pre-order campaign and then a post-order campaign. I'll help organize and teach you how to do all that. In fact, I have a team who can actually put their hands on the keyboard and set up your whole initial launch campaign. The guy who set my campaign up for Yes Energy, it's a $20 pre-order of the book. And because of the upsells in the campaign and the way we staged the post-campaign, I made $168 per person per book sold. Remember, I sold 55,000 books. I made a ton of money without ever picking up the phone and ever calling anyone, besides inviting them back to webinars. So we know how to do it. We know how to monetize. And if you just want to do a book from an emotional reason and you're not there to monetize, I'm probably not your girl, because I'm a monetization expert. But let me talk about 12 things that I think are critical. Before I do that, I do want you to subscribe. And if you want more of this, again, back to the comments, what do you need? I could teach you all day. I could do a channel just on publishing. I've done so much of it. And how to monetize content. I've done so much of that. And I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of it. So comment, subscribe, let me know what you want. Put on that notification so I'm here 5 days a week. I'm going to pop up in your little inbox and say, hello, I'm back. That's what I'll be doing for you. All right, I'm going to go through 12 things to wrap up this video that are absolutely essential as you think about your book. All right, so write them down. You got to know your audience. I'm going to actually read them off to you so I don't miss one. I want you to know your audience. I want to know what your outcome of the audience. What do you want them to do? How are you going to hook them? Right? Make your kids millionaires. I think it's a pretty darn good hook. What's the writing style that you're going to do that's going to actually tap someone's engagement to stay with you? What's the power of your story? and I could just share with you one quick thing about that, is I thought my Yes Energy book was going to be a lot about my personal story. And it was my story wrapped into a formula that you can use, had nothing to do with me. So I can tell you, a lot of you, you're wanting to do an autobiography of something that happened to you. Unless it becomes a formula for someone else to use, that's not going to work. It will not be the power of that story. You've got to talk just about your whole, again, the pre-launch campaign, the post-launch campaign. You're going to have to learn to speak. You're going to have to learn media. You're going to have to learn how to do an interview. And I can tell you that is rougher than you think. That's part of my deal with my high-end publishers. I had to pay 10, 20, 30, I don't even know. I stopped counting at $50,000 of media training to stand in front of a camera. And in fact, if you didn't go through the training for like Barbara Walters, you couldn't even get on the shows. So serious media training, not kindergarten stuff. What is the mastery of this book? Like what's your longevity? What do you want to do with the book? What's the legacy going to be? You've got to be thinking about what do you want to do? Could it become a workbook? Could it become a coaching program? That's how you think about the monetization of the long-standing legacy. And if you're going to write a book and you're going to put all that content out, you got to do it with some longevity. Like I got 4 books, my Millionaire Maker series, from how you become a millionaire, how you have a 7-figure business, how you invest off Wall Street, and now how you do your kids. The series is complete. You put that with my game, and we're going to hand it to you as a legacy piece. Might even NFT it. I just got to put that out into the world. Might be a nice place to just end that with a big exclamation. My point is there has to be a path. So let's see what else. The psychology of your book, the psychology of the hooks, the psychology of staying in the game, and then your authentic passion. Is this something that you need to do or you want to do? I've wanted to do these Millionaire Maker books and I wanted to make my kids millionaires. So I have amazing authentic passion for it. So I have a checklist I'm going to take you through as we begin our coaching relationship and our mentoring relationship. If you're serious, I'm serious. In the description, I have an application and I'm only going to take a few of you. So you can click, you can fill out the application. You're going to talk to one of my senior team members, and the senior team that I've chose to work with in this, they are called Achieve Today. So if someone calls you from Achieve, that is my team specifically for this coaching, and I will be available. I will personally promise you put my hands on your book and help you with that strategy. But you have to go through an application. Tell me you're serious, and we'll get serious about making you a bestseller.